In a small town, nestled deep within a valley that winter claimed for half the year, lived an old man named Arthur. His cottage, with its smoke-wisping chimney, looked like a storybook illustration against the vast, white canvas of the snow-covered landscape. Every year, on the day of the first heavy snowfall, Arthur would perform a ritual that had become as much a part of the town-est folklore as the changing of the seasons. He would sit at his old wooden desk, the one his father had made, and pull out a single sheet of cream-colored paper. His hand, though weathered by time, would move with a steady grace as he wrote. The words were always the same. A short, simple message penned in elegant cursive. Once if said he'd fold the paper, slide it into an envelope, and write a single name on the front. Elara. He never sealed it. Then, bundled in his thickest wool coat and a worn-out scarf, he would step outside. The world would be hushed, blanketed in a pristine layer of fresh snow. He'd walk to the ancient oak tree at the edge of his property, the one where they had carved their initials inside a heart so many years ago. There, at the base of the tree, he would carefully place the letter, tucking it gently into a small hollow he had cleared in the snow. He wasn't mailing it to anyone. He was leaving it for the snow, for the wind, for a memory. The townspeople watched him do this, year after year. They knew the story. Elara was his childhood sweetheart, his one true love. They had grown up together, their lives intertwined like the roots of the old oak. They had planned a future, a life filled with laughter and shared dreams right here in this valley. But one winter, Elara had left. She had dreams of the city, of a life bigger than their small town could offer. She promised to write, promised to return. The first few years, letters came, filled with tales of bustling streets and bright lights. Then, the letters grew sparse, and then they stopped altogether. Arthur never spoke of her leaving, never complained. He simply waited. The first winter she was gone, he wrote the first letter. "The snow has come," it read. "It's as beautiful as you remembered. I am here, waiting. Love, Arthur." He left it by the oak tree, hoping she might somehow see it, a beacon in the winter's night. But the snow fell, and the letter was buried, and she did not return. And so, it continued. For 50 years, through blizzards and gentle flurries, Arthur wrote the same letter. The ink changed, the paper yellowed with age, but the words remained constant. It became a quiet act of devotion, a testament to a love that time could not erase. The town's children, now grown with children of their own, would tell the story of the old man and his snow letter. A tale of unwavering hope. One particular winter, the snow came harder and earlier than anyone could remember. The valley was cut off from the world. Arthur, now with more white in his hair than the landscape outside, performed his ritual. He wrote the letter, his hand a little shakier this time, and made his slow trek to the oak tree. He placed the envelope in the snow, his breath a cloud in the frigid air, and whispered her name to the wind. He turned to go back inside when he saw it. A set of footprints, not his own, leading away from the tree toward the road. His heart, a slow and steady drum for 50 years, suddenly beat faster. He hurried as best he could, following the tracks. They led to the edge of the road, where the tire marks of a single car were slowly being covered by the falling snow. His eyes scanned the ground, and that's when he noticed something else beside his own letter. It was another envelope, this one crisp and white, half buried in the snowdrift. His fingers, numb from the cold, fumbled as he picked it up. His name, Arthur, was written on the front, in a delicate script he hadn't seen in half a century, but knew as well as his own. With trembling hands, he pulled out the single sheet of paper inside. The message was short. "I know," it read. "I've been watching. Every year. Forgive me for being a coward for so long. I'm home now, Arthur. I'm waiting for you at the old inn. Love, Elara." Arthur looked up from the letter, his eyes blurring with tears that froze on his cheeks. He looked at his own letter in the snow, then at the one in his hand. 50 years of silent conversation, of hope cast into the winter wind, had finally been answered. He looked toward the town, toward the warm lights of the inn glowing in the distance. The snow was still falling, but for the first time in a very long time, the world didn't feel cold. He took a deep breath and started walking, not back to his empty cottage, but toward the light, toward home. This story reminds us that some things are worth waiting for, and that true love, like a letter in the snow, can endure the longest of winters. It teaches us about hope, patience, and the quiet power of unwavering devotion. If you were touched by Arthur and Alara's story, please share it with someone you love. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that warm the heart.